every one of us, we tend to respect people a bit more. And now we have our next guest with us, Miss Isabella Diaz. How are you, my dear?
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So I want to take a moment to read your bio. Thank you for coming and joining. We appreciate you and you and your music studio, I see.
Yes, of course. I'm so happy to be here.
I envy your studio. Your studio look much better than mine.
Thank you. I
It's
like your
beautiful.
background though. It's really pretty. Thank you.
Yeah, I like splash. A friend of mine gave it to me, so I was like, let me put my splash on the wall. So,
Oh,
Isabella, Isabella has always been passionate about music. She enjoys creating original music through songwriting, production, and live instruments. Isabella feels that it is truly magical when people interpret the lyrics and songs of a song and connect them to their own personal experiences. Isabella loves to perform and continues to share her love for the arts through music, theater, and acting. She is most fulfilled when spending time in her home studio, experimenting with different sounds, playing guitar and piano, and writing original sounds. Isabella is excited to continue creating music and sharing it with the world. The singer, songwriter, producer, and performer continues to fall in love with music more and more each day. Her debut single, How Many Hearts, was released in September 2020, and she's currently working on her next single and album. Congratulations.
thank you so much. Yes, I'm so excited for the new music, and yeah, I'm just so excited to be here. So thank you.
You're welcome. So tell us a little bit about who Isabella is. Outside of this, I know you've given us a synopsis of who you are, but who is Isabella?
So I'm Isabella Diaz. I'm 15, almost 16 years old, and I am your typical teenager. I live in Tampa, Florida, and I go to school, balancing all the normal teenage things, aspects of life, but also every minute I get, I'm just doing music. So yeah, balancing school and music and putting all of the different aspects of like growing up and becoming a teenager and a young adult, putting that into like music and getting inspiration from that. So,
So where did this passion come from? Just hearing you talk, where did the passion for music come from?
well, I've always been very influenced by music. My parents have always played music, whether it's in the car. So ever since I was younger, I've just loved singing. It started off as like really having a passion for singing and just vocals and stuff. But as I got older, I really wanted to get into the piano and like instrument part of things. So I started taking piano lessons and then I learned guitar. And yeah, so I started songwriting back in second grade. I would do like little tunes and stuff. So it's been a while. It was more of like younger stuff, but I got really in depth into it over the years. And then the production side of things happened a few years ago when I was discovering different softwares and how to play with sounds and stuff. And that was when I really said, okay, this is really what I want to do. I want to songwrite, but I've always been really into the arts too. I've done musical theater, I've done acting. So I've always known that I want to do something in the performing arts, but the singing, songwriting, performing really speaks to me. And so, yeah, that's my passion really came recently with the production thing. So, yeah.
Oh, wow, that is such fun. I envy you because I started playing the piano when I was 4 years old. And when I became a teenager, because none of my friends were playing the piano, so I stopped. So I envy you for sticking with it. That's really awesome. So we want to play one of your songs. So I would like for you to share with our listeners. Tell us about the song "Many Hearts" before we play that. So what inspired that, and what is it about?
All right. So, How Many Hearts, excuse me, this is like one of my favorite. This is why I chose it as my debut single. I feel like a lot of people can relate to it because it's about just wondering how hate in the world, how it can be so how it's just something that we're dealing with, and everyone deals with it. Fake people, fake relationships and friendships, and just people who just like to hate on you for no reason. So yeah, and I think it's a really powerful song. It can make you feel like confident and give you like confidence, and singing along to it, I think gives you like that sense of, it gives you a reason to feel like you have like an energy to be outspoken about things that just, when you wonder about the world and you're just, why are people like that? And I think that, hey, and it's just not okay to be fake to people. It's like the first line of the song is, sometimes I wonder if those fakers know what they're doing. So it's like, okay, is it intentional, or do they just not know what they're doing? Because it's very impactful when people tell you things. Maybe they don't know how it feels to you, but it hurts. So yeah, but it's also, I think it's a pretty upbeat song too. So I think that it's a very powerful song to listen to, and it kind of gives you a voice to feel like you can overcome the hate. And even though you can't really help how people might treat you, you can be better than that, and you can have hope. So
Wonderful. All right, Dwayne. So let's hear this wonderful song.
Sometimes I wonder if those fakers know what they're doing. They're breaking hearts and stabbing backs all at once. I know that things don't always turn out the way they want them, and so they take it out on everyone else. If I cry, I'm sensitive. If I keep a straight face, then I'm heartless. I know these things shouldn't mean a thing, that you can't take back what you've started. They'll just fake and fake and fake and fake, and they'll take and take and take until it's over, then break and break and break. How many hearts will break till there's break? Fake and fake and fake and fake, and they'll take and take and take until it's over, then break and break and break. How many hearts will break till there's break? I wish that I could be the one to tell you you're perfect, but nothing that I tell you will change your mind. They always have a way of making sure you believe them. You ask for reasons, but they can't answer why. Envious are those who try to be heard and on the ones who cry. If they get into your head, never let them see inside. If I cry, I'm sensitive. If I keep a straight face, then I'm heartless. I know these things shouldn't mean a thing, that you can't take back what you've started. They'll just fake and fake and fake and fake, and they'll take and take and take until it's over, then break and break and break. How many hearts will break till there's break? And they'll fake and fake and fake and fake, and they'll take and take and take until it's over, then break and break and break. How many hearts will break till there's break? They'll just fake and fake and fake and fake, fake and fake. Oh yeah. They'll just fake and fake and fake and fake, and they'll take and take and take until it's over, then break and break and break. How many hearts will break till there's break? And they'll fake and fake and fake and fake, and they'll take and take and take until it's over, then break and break and break. How many hearts will break till there's break?
Wow, that's a really mature perspective that you brought to this song. This is really great. I love it.
thank
How
you.
many hearts take to break till there's break, right? Because The circle does come back around at the end of the day, right? So, what
Yeah.
was the inspiration for this song?
So just seeing different relationships that my friends or maybe people that I know experience, we all know that like people go through things and they go through this one's more specifically towards like friendships and people saying that they're your friend, but then they go behind your back and you're just like, wow, okay. And then some people get confused with like the lyrics, the different like theirs, the different spellings of theirs. But I think that's a very powerful line once you understand it. How many hearts will break till theirs break? How many hearts are people going to break until theirs breaks in turn and they realize that they've hurt someone else's feelings? So yeah, I think it's a very important message because sometimes people don't even realize that they're doing it, and then they hurt so many people's hearts that theirs breaks in turn, but it's already too late, you know?
Yeah. So you're speaking to people who've gotten their hearts broken, and hopefully those who are the ones doing the actions against others. So that's really cool. I love it. So your music is really, as we said, empowering music as well. So it's just really cool. Music with a message. That's what your music is. Music with a message.
Yes.
So contribute, because I know you do your own producing. So did you produce this song as well?
Yes, I produced it. I wrote it back in 2019, yeah. And I also recorded vocals, and I also worked with a mixer in New York, and he mixed the song. And yeah, it was a really fun experience, yeah, producing it. This is one of the first songs I produced too, so yeah, I really like this song, so.
So when you're working with the mixer, so you're directing and saying, "Well, I like how you mix it here," and so you're actually very involved in the mixing of the music because you want a particular sound
Yeah.
to come out. Correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, he's always asking, he always wants to make sure that my artistic integrity remains. I'm there the whole time and like letting him know, okay, this is how I felt the song going, or when I was writing it, this is how I wanted it to be like interpreted. So I think maybe we should lower this or raise this. We want this to come out of the song and want people to hear this aspect of the song. So yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. And for this particular song, even though you're a young lady, it actually speaks to older folks because we still behave this way as we get older. Many of us still do. So this song actually goes across many generations, not just for younger folks. So that's really cool. I love that. So I do
Yeah, I'm
have
so
another
glad.
question. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I'm so glad that it speaks to other generations because my hope with my music is that everyone can relate to it. So I think that's so cool.
Yes, I like it. And even your video, it was really clean and fun music, right? So it was playful, clean, and just really great. So I know you actually answered one of my questions, which was how do you want your audience to feel with your music? So that is that particular song. But let's say across your songs, when you're writing your music and composing and bringing the melody together, how do you want your audiences to feel when they hear your music?
Yeah, so a big part of my writing, actually, like the reason why I even songwrite in the first place is because of what music has done for me. Music has always had an influence on my life, and so I can only hope that I can have that effect on other people and maybe voice feelings that other people are having that they might not be able to bring words to. Or I always like to say that songwriting is putting together emotions that can't be expressed just with words. You have to like, it's kind of like when you watch like musical theater and they jump into song because their emotions are so strong that they can't just speak, they have to sing it. So I can only hope that the feelings that I put into songs can be related to people that hear it. Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh my gosh! You are very articulate for your age. Number one, and number two, you really understand what music does to the human soul, because I know for me, when I hear certain types of music, I just want to break out, and generally I'm dancing all over the place. So that's really, really cool. So we want to go play another one of your songs, and that is Come Back Someday. So tell us a little bit about that
Yep.
song.
So "Come Back Someday" is a more emotional song. It's a little more on the somber side. I wrote it at a time when, see, this one's a little more personal, but I wrote it at a time when I had a friend, and I wanted him to be more than a friend, but he was going away, so I couldn't really do much about that. So this song is "Come Back Someday," and it's just me wishing that he would come back, even though I know that he just can't help it. And yeah, this is another one of those songs that I put it out at, I really wanted to put it out because I wanted to make sure that it was out during this time of this pandemic, because it's a very emotional song, and I think that people need an emotional, an emotional song might benefit them because they can relate to it, and they might be feeling things, not maybe the same things that come out from the song, but just an overall feeling of just being helpless and wishing and hoping that things will be better. So I wanted to make sure that I could put it out at a time like this that's so hard for people. So, yeah.
Okay, so let's hear it, Dwayne. Come back someday.
I try to convince myself that I should just stop caring, but I can't just stop caring if I'm knowing you're a part of someone's life, but not mine. You're not mine. I'm done pretending that you're not my type and acting like we're nothing but friends. 'Cause in reality, all that I want is you and I don't want it ever to end. I know you can't help it, I know you can't stay. You say you'll be back, but I don't wanna wait. How do I know that you'll come back someday? You might not know it, but I always feel like crying when we're together, and I know we'll be goodbying. So tonight, let me know you got home safe tonight. But I'm done pretending that you're not my type
Awesome. Isabella, we all have a
Thank you so
somebody in our
much.
life back someday, okay? We all do. That was really a good song. I really appreciate you
Thank
taking
you.
the time write the words and express how you were feeling in that moment so that we all can connect with it because it's music that we can all connect with because right now I think everybody wants our full face to come back someday outside of a mask. So that's really great music. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you so
So
much.
tell me, expect from you, Miss Producer, Songwriter, what should we expect from you in the future?
So I'm always constantly writing. I have a lot of songs that I really want to put out soon. Um, yeah, so you can expect an album hopefully by the end of the year. And I'm putting out a single very soon. I'm gonna announce the name of it. I'm very excited. It's called Wannabe, and it's very exciting. I think that that one's one that a lot of people will connect to because it's it's very relatable, and it'll make you feel like really confident, and it's a very empowering song, I think. So I'm really excited about that one. So yeah, that one's coming really soon. I'm very excited.
So, what do you do in your spare time if you ever do have spare time?
Yeah, so school is it takes up a lot of my time. So any minute that I'm out of school, I mean because music is just what I love to do. So I'm always uh, doing music and trying my best to take every minute I can to do that. But also outside of that, I like to spend time with friends. I like to binge shows on TV. Um, I also like to do different makeup looks. You know, I'm your typical teenager. So yeah, I still try to make time to hang out with friends and do fun stuff like that. But yeah, pretty much every minute of my time that I don't have school or homework, I'm working on music because it's fun for me. So yeah.
It's awesome that I love your passion, and with that type of passion, there's nothing can stop you. And I love your positive outlook. So keep that, keep the positivity, continue believing in yourself, and continue with writing and finding those opportunities to make yourself grow because that's the only way we're going to do it, right? Keep looking for those opportunities. And I'm so glad that you have the support of your family to help you push you along the way. So I want to say thank you and I appreciate you for coming on and taking the time and being part of our Women in History Month. So you are making history, even though you're a young lady, you still have the ability to make history. So you are making history for yourself and your family. So thank you so much. And you have a home at Touch Radio. So if ever you want to come back on, just reach out, let us know. And I'm going to also ask Dwayne to put your music in rotation so that you will be airing on a rotation. I'm not sure how that's all going to work out, but your music will be airing on Touch Radio. Okay?
Cool. That means so much to me. Thank you so much for your kind words.
Yes, definitely. All right. So thanks for sharing. I appreciate you. And tell your family we say good night. And thanks for sharing you with us.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. Have a good night.
Have a good night. So this is Hannah with Keeping It Fresh.